Room, Petal to the Metal. Let's go. The first edition of this cup was super stupid from my side. The cup was supposed to happen at a very bad timing where I could not have participated in. And where I had to do it. No, yeah, exactly, it was like this. You might know that sometimes I got an invitation from the game developers of the game Rennsport, and I liked to participate there in some stream or content creator races in this game. And the thing was that they announced the date, and then this cup here, the first edition of this cup, was at the exact same evening. And then I had to decide, do I quickly learn all of these AltCar maps? Because, of course, interesting, such a cup with AltCar maps. Or do I play the Rennsport thing where I was invited to? I decided for the Rennsport, and apparently this cup here actually did not happen then on that day. There were technical issues, and I was basically perfect. And then the cup got delayed by like 3 weeks or something, which also gave the opportunity to learn the maps in theory. And the cup was then in my holidays, so I at least was not at work. I could have played it, and but on my laptop, but still okay. And yeah, then I actually forgot about it in my holidays. I actually forgot about it, and it would have been mega free to get onto the podium. There was basically just one prepared driver, and otherwise it was extremely free. But I forgot about it, I joined it late, I played another cup instead on that evening at the same time, which I also dominated completely, but it was a cup with 5 players. It was not really it was not really worth anything. Yeah, it was a bit annoying, and then I realized, oh shit, didn't I forget something? And then I realized, joined, and yeah, was way too late points wise. Are we actually starting on this map here? He says that there is a long warm-up on every track. And yeah, we all have 0 points. Could be actually the start here of this cup. I mean, that's good for me to have a bit more warm-up, to be honest, because I have definitely not enough. This here is one of the ice maps. We have 2 ice maps in total. In this map it's just super important to always stay in the correct gear. So we start directly with a PB by 1.3 seconds. Directly a 1.3 seconds PB. The point system is interesting, I have to say. What the heck? What the heck, yeah. Is it really... Do we really play a finalist mode when we have these points? It will take ages to get to 450, what the fuck? And Heath joined it. Heath always wants the money, I cannot believe it. As a Heath I only saw in the records on one single map. Wait, we already switch? What? As if we have to go to 450 with only 1 round per map, then okay. Gonna be weird. Oh, I have to quickly... I am in this Discord, I have that open on my second monitor, the Discord from Skogsros. And in this announcement channel, there's all the time this picture updates, like every 10 minutes or something, it updates. That is super annoying and super strange. This here is such a weird... Okay, I want to change the format. I mean, what we do right now is stupid, of course. Did they really want to give us 1 round per map with 3 minutes of warm-up before? I mean, that makes absolutely no sense, to be honest. Three rounds per map. Yeah, that sounds better. Damn, ist that close. Ach komm, really 5th place? That was the worst possible outcome of this round. At some point I was even second. There was only this one jump. Scheiße. Huh, I got 2 points and not 1. That was bad. So on this map, this is the first one from the campaign where I said the way is maybe a bit difficult to get. Because you have basically 4 ways after the start and you need to, like, all of them have different cars and you have to go in each of those ways. Yeah, the point format will take a while. It's gonna be long cup today, guys. And again, 3 minutes of warm-up. This is like, oof. So either I have to play this line, or that was actually an alternative, because what makes this line so good but also so difficult is this jump from the deserts into the snow. And I can also see myself not doing that. It's a bit slower than I guess, but it's a lot safer. Oh shit, I have to go here. It should be like a safer way. I think I want to go for that. So many players will survive the other way. Now I can directly finish from here. naja, you should see the world records at least. On this map, if you just go here without knowledge, then you have no idea what to do. But yeah, it is extremely long. Okay, here we go. Also first into the rally, I'm not using action key now. Then into the snow. Now into the stadium. I'm only 6th. And it's also close to 7. So many people survived that. Crazy. The thing is, I can drive also faster on that way that I took. As in theory, I could have done, naja, the 5th. Okay, that is actually a big gap. Also it's a bit limited to how high I can get up in the leaderboards with this way. But I felt much safer with that, because the other way seems quite difficult for me to drive. Okay, 3rd, nice. Wait, I just realized that I dropped multiple places down in 5th. I was sadly very slow. But again 3rd. Also very consistent points, that is what I planned on this map. Nice. So this is the rally map, and I'm switching between. Upsala. I'm switching between action key 2 and action key 4. Imagine you drive world record now in that warm-up, but warm-up doesn't count. Yeah, 10 euros for each world record. But not for the campaign itself. Scheiße. I hate this ending. Achabo also didn't make it. I would have won the round maybe even. This last turn here sucks. It sucks completely. Oh yeah, I still got 6th. I still get some points, but yeah, it's not great. What I realized when I played through this campaign again, way too many tracks are way too crazy with slow-mos when they build a safe finish. Naja, it is close. The podium is the aim in the ending. Points-wise, it is very close with many other players still. Especially this Iron Pixel, I don't know him, but he scores good. This Cactus Man, he is very well prepared on the campaign. He had quite a lot of... Okay, my game crashed. He had quite a lot of points in the campaign. And that was such an out of nowhere game just ends itself moment. And before I cannot join now, because I'm already on the server. No, it does join. Ah, more snowcar, guys. I mean, it was the perfect cup for such an issue. Also to give you guys like an idea how this cup most likely will look. Molle, whenever there are cups announced in team news with prize money, it is always Heath and Molle that play those and want to get some prize money out of it. And Molle also invests quite some time into that, like he knows all the tracks in the campaign. He didn't full try hard, but there are enough tracks where he's just then good enough, you know. There's a high chance that Molle wins this. I mean, he already has quite a big gap to us, yeah. Then Chameau went also for the money. Chameau tried to gain a lot of money by the world records. No? Whenever there was an AltCar map, Chameau hunted it, apart from the one that I tried before I joined the server. So, that means Chameau has also great chances, because on my strength, which are the AltCar maps, I will struggle to beat Chameau. And those two are of course also the experienced drivers that I think will be difficult to beat now with my practice. But I'm not far off so far, but we had mainly the AltCar maps and not the other tracks, so yeah, we have to see. And then there is, of course, the rest. Players that actually, you don't really know them, I guess, but they know the maps very well. But they are not so experienced, so I kind of hope to beat them, no? But they are fast. They are just fast on the tracks. They can't beat me. But when Heath is actually not playing anymore, I'm not sure if he left the server now, but probably he did. If Heath left the server now, trying to hunt down some records, I make some places here, that's good. Oh, third, nice. Also if Heath is the guy to leave, that means, yeah, Molle and Chameau are my main opponents here that I see in front, but I have a possibility for the third place. I have to beat the rest. The rest of unknown player names that, however, know the maps well. And this Iron Pixel is doing very well so far, so I cannot really create a gap on him. And you saw now, and the finalists will decide in the end anyway. It really depends now which map comes up in the end. With only one round per map, no, it wouldn't matter too much which map you get, but we couldn't do that. We couldn't just do one round per map. That would be stupid, you know. So, but with 3 rounds, no. People will quickly catch up. But you see here when I'm driving, like there are a lot of players really on pace, even losing another position here. Fifth. A lot of people are really on pace. Now you see Molle and Chameau first and second, but my opponent in third as well. Like he's also doing consistent. That is of course usually the thing that helps me, that people are not so consistent. I definitely created by now a bit of a gap to the players behind me. That is helpful. Like the Legionnaire is very good on certain tracks, but he only has 50 points. I don't know what happened to him. Second place. But it is Iron Pixel in front of me. What the heck? This is actually a name that I didn't even realize in the campaign. There were other players. This Anti-Fresh has some really good records and Cactusman really has some good records. But that Iron thing, I don't know. So now comes the second stadium car map, involving a lot of ice. Of course, a completely different style. Also the thing is, there are some tracks where it's like impossible for me to win around. Also I'm completely no train on this ice map, for example. I just immediately left it. Oh god, I'm not getting into a run here. Okay, let's pray that I get decent ice slides. The world record is doing 360 here, by the way, but I'm very unable to do that in a way that it would be actually faster than what I'm doing now. Oh, I lost the place in the end, but the third place is miles away. Okay, we have actually Helldiver winning a round. But look at that. Iron Pixel not finishing here. Also finishing late. Only 1 point for him. Oh, right in front of me again. This one left uphill I don't get at all. And have done a bad speed and gear into this long right turn afterwards. And I lose so much in the ending because of that. But I thought I would lose much more that round actually. Down to 8th. Up to 6th again. Yeah, have to deal with that. I mean, against Chameau and Iron Pixel I'm doing good. The thing is I'm not gaining that many points on them because I didn't really get into the podium places either. I was beating them all 3 rounds, but I'm not really gaining that much. So now comes Desert Map. I mean, Chameau has record here. I would be surprised if he's not dominant now. He should catch up again to me in the points. Oops. You have icy tires and the dirt is not getting the ice fully away with that car. It's interesting. Heath joined again. You think so, Falto? I'm not sure if I was lifting my tires. Nein. I was so afraid of this section. Down to 12, of course. Yeah, there's... Ach man, I couldn't really gain anything to anyone else. Fuck. And this part is super annoying with that sausage jump. Okay. What is the cup about? A campaign with 11 maps. We play 3 rounds per map until finalist mode. And the top 3 win prize money. Oh. My training on this campaign is extremely limited. As usual. Oh. Ach, this is so stupid. Not for real, I did not get it now. What the heck, ey. Also this map is... I'm so much better on this track than what I just achieved on it. Ay. No, not all of them are AltCars, but many. That was a bad map for me now. It should have been a good map. That's not nice. We have 3 stadium maps, stadium car maps. Or 4, there is one that has like a mix of alt and stadium car. Also 3.5 maps are stadium. 2 of these 3.5 maps, no, actually you can say 2.5 maps only, almost, are about ice. So yeah, this is here the only stadium car map that is not ice. This is just a normal map. The only, it stands really out. It's like the only completely different map. It has an annoying risky finish as well, as you can see. The problem is that the safe finish again is way too slow. I tested it out, it's like 1.7 seconds. And since this is a very easy map, I would think that you lose quite a lot. This is however weird here. Okay. Okay, made that jump. Okay, Jamo didn't. And Iron Pixel is also losing a bit. Well, I really have to say that Desert map hurts, because Iron Pixel wasn't really that strong on it. And in theory I could have created a bigger gap to him, and instead he was catching up to me again. It was really bad. Wait, Jamo left. Huh? Okay, wait. How am I fifth when I touched? And we only played one turn. This sucks. Such risky finishes are just stupid. Respawn is mega far away. And the save finish is mega slow. Whatever you do, it's very easy to be the wrong decision. I lost all the lead that I had to certain players. I scored not many points on this track. Yeah, Heath joined early, but then left again to hunt a record. And now he's back. I don't like the fact how many points Heath actually gained on me on that track now. But this is such an annoying. Like I was not so much focused on this finish that I did not really. Make many thoughts on the other part. This here was a track where I thought, I could actually attack record as well, but it has also some weird annoying trickster with the magnet, so also some kind of cut that of course you wouldn't go for now. Chabot joined back. Yeah, the Chabot now missed a map and I barely overtook him now. Theoretically I should have been now 20 points in front of him. But yeah, this risky finish is just... And theoretically I have like a consistent line for it. Like when it didn't work in the second try, that was just... Oh yeah, back to AltCars. But this should also be a very good map for Chabot. I mean, all these maps where he has world record, he has like 4 or 5, I think. He should do well. Okay, here we go. Oh, amazing. Exactly my 2 opponents score good on this. Oh. Also this map has like a cut, as I mentioned, and that part where we have the outside banked magnet platform. You can jump off of the magnet and get a zoop, but it's extremely precise. You can easily die on it in several ways. So I won't go for it in rounds. It is possible to do, but it needs more practice. You need to know exactly what you aim for, so that you have the right line. Again, those two. Nice. Much faster now. And I am pixeled with a mistake, helpful. Tricolon with a raid, thanks a lot. So we should also get the map that I practiced. Oh, and this one. Yeah, this is the Half Stadium map. This one here is really strange, I can tell you. A really strange map. So, it also has ice, first as bobsleigh. Then it has one drift with icy tires, now a snow part, which is basically just going up this hill. Then a rally part, the rally part involving rally ice. And then we get stadium, which involves an ice slide. But now comes the best part. Against snow, and whatever that is what we do here. I messed up to get the reactor up there. And there's a cut in this ending, a big reactor cut that the world record did in order to get world record. I do not understand rally ice. Like, it does not grip for me. It is so strange. I don't know. What the heck shall I do with it? Like, we have barely any speed and my car still slides out immediately. I don't get that. As if there is no good angle for the car for me in rally ice. I don't get that. Like, I wait for that angle where it grips and then I want to basically keep it there, but before it grips it immediately slides out. That is the thing. Oh god, what is happening? I think that another issue in this rally ice part is the fact that there is like a small elevation change in that part. Okay, here we go. The exit speed here is very important. I just stay in 6th. Okay. I just PB'd. I'm only 6th. Yeah! Woohoo! Okay. Only 3 points for Iron Pixel, who's now in 5th, behind Cactus Man. I lost the place in the end. What? Jumbo second? Oh, and there are so many between. Oh, naja, gut. I'm not unhappy with my lap. On this map I performed much better than on many other tracks. So now comes the map that I practiced a bit more than the other tracks. But of course I went for this cut that I cannot go for now. It's a difficult map. There will be big gaps on this, I'm pretty sure. Also people that didn't really play this too much might struggle with the speed check that you have onto the ramp. I struggle with this part here, where you have to go through the barriers because it's really bad for camera 1. But with my smooth steer gamepad I cannot change the camera there. Don't have buttons for that. Okay, here we go. Also, Iron Pixel was even behind Anti-Fresh. Anti-Fresh was so far behind at some point, now it's only 22 points on me before that round. And he has the world record on this map, I believe. It was somewhere with A. But they are scored bad now. Not really gaining a lot of points on them, to be honest. So close. Also somehow Iron Pixel is suddenly a bit behind. Not the biggest opponent anymore. But I really would, for a safe top 3 and prize money, I really would like to have a bigger gap to those players. But they are doing good. They are finishing right behind. Oh my god, so many people make it then in this round? Crazy, eh? Also basically what happened is that I overjumped the ramp now. And that was the reason why the next time I came to that ramp I didn't have enough speed to make it. But okay. We take this. Are we through? Yeah, this was one rotation. On this map we only drove one round though. Let's see if the warm-up is already changed or not. Also points-wise, I'm equal to second place after we went once through all the maps. However, Jamo didn't play. One track. Okay, after this, the warm-up is only 30 seconds. And everything will go a bit quicker. I don't know how good Chamo feels on stadium ice and if he actually practiced the map. Let's see how this is going. For me it's also a bit random if I get the runs cleanly through or not. All depends on if I stay in the good gear. When you're in the good gear, then you can do a lot of stuff to adjust your ice slides the way you want them. Oh no, Cactus Man is first. I do not like to see that. Almost second. And it was against Cactus Man. But Chameau is losing some points on me here. But actually not many, so it could have been way more. We are not that many players on the server anymore. Do you remember the rounds where I ended up in 11th or something? By now this is almost not possible anymore. And that is also the reason why you can actually not really create big gaps anymore. Yeah, this is stupid. This is stupid, guys. Oh my god, an equal, but Molle gets the points, so that's good, at least for me. Also, that was such a good run, yeah, such a clean run, and I'm only 5th. And then behind me, no, immediately 1.6 second gap, after that a 2.3 second gap, after that even a 2.9 seconds gap. No, and I'm only gaining 4 points on Chameau, even though I'm like 10 seconds in front of him. How can I only become 5th in such a round? That's actually a bit annoying. Also we see the ice map is good for the battle against Chameau, but like he can easily gain more points on this track on me than what I gained on him, even though here I might be much closer. No? But this is of course now one of the certified Chameau maps. Yeah, I would expect him to do very well. Saved myself from disaster. Iron Pixel now again doing well. But he has a bit of a gap at least. That looked again so bad for me. In the 7th place. Oh, Cactus is actually only 7th. He's ahead, behind all these. Yeah, only 7th place for me in the check. So I was like, it cannot be for real that I finish only 7th on the snowcar map when there are only 13 players on the server. Naja. What is the price money? Monkey. Money splits? It's 50, 30, 20. I believe. Chameau made a mistake. And then I'm still only 4th. Oh man. No wonder that I Am Pixel had a good start into this cup. Seems to be a very good map for him. Nice. Okay. That is a round that helped, and Jamo is gonna be a bit unhappy that he scored less points than me on this track. That was surprising. But I also failed in the first rotation quite a lot. So... By the way, when we were through one rotation, no, I was like at 250-ish points. That means that if we just keep on scoring the same way, then I reach Finalist in the second rotation in the ending somewhere before we go into the third rotation. So like maybe 3 maps before the end of the second rotation or something. So we can already think like what maps did we play very late. Also that weird map where I actually did win a round came late, for example. And the map that I practiced. I mean, this is coming a bit too late, I think. The map that I practiced is coming a bit too late. Like, we will reach Finalist before, and others will also reach Finalist before this map comes up. Ah. Stem plastic bounce. Exactly my 3 opponents. But yeah, I am driving the slower line here. I actually drove a 52 now, by the way. In the first rotation I would have scored much better if I did this time with this run. So this was an extremely competitive round. In the first web rotation they didn't do this. Okay. Yeah, I know that they take a different route. Achso, Test was asking. Yeah, exactly. I am taking a safe route. Because the route that they take, I mean, probably it's also easily doable, but I didn't really get it that often in my few minutes that I was on this track, and it was also not really trainable with the respawn, sadly, because you cross the checkpoint right there at that part. And this is why I try to, yeah, avoid it. The one section that makes their route a little bit more difficult. Ach Mensch. Yeah, worked out. After the first round I wasn't sure because my 3 opponents were all ahead of me. But this was of course great now. Yes, I learned them. Started like in the afternoon around like 4 p.m. Maybe 5 p.m. I had like 2 hours and a bit. To learn 11 maps, and my goal was of course also to hunt one of the maps for world record. So I wanted to invest on one track a bit more time, theoretically. But yeah, that didn't work again. As that didn't work, I really hope that I can win here a top 3 placement. I mean, that's absolutely not safe to win, even though it looks good in points, but we have finalist mode, and we have barely players on the server, which means that the others are catching up quickly. Because you don't like need a very sick round. Ah yeah, we have shorter time now. Molle is not far away from the point limit. I'm actually also not all too far away from Molle, to be honest. And if I played a little bit better on some tracks, it still could be close with him. But obviously Molle has a way higher chance of winning a round in Finalist mode than I have that now. So even if I was ahead of him in points, he would be the favorite to win a round. But obviously there's always a chance. What the fuck? I really do not like this ending. Also I understood that the deadline is over when the cup is over. Okay, Chamo completely messed up. He has world record on this track. I mean, Heath did that basically, no? He left the cup to get some world records while the others are participating here, no? He can just steal these records away. I mean, I don't know if he managed to do so in the end, because not easy, but he probably went for some of the stadium ones. Okay, I got up to 4th, but what the heck is wrong in the start? How am I 9th? There are barely 9 players. Oh man. Okay, Molle could reach finalist with the end of this track. Wake me up when September ends. What a weird round that was. Now I actually have been first in some part. But then there was a really shaky section that I barely survived. Four points for Molle. Oh, nice. It has a difficult speed check, this map here. That could be annoying for people in lower diffs. Otherwise, yes. But the jumps, they are difficult. Like there are 2 speed checks, I believe, even. So I expected the ice map to come now. Also Molle was very strong here. Yeah, it should be a GG to him. He has 2 opponents, maybe, that can ruin him. And Molle won. But it has also its positives. That he is not there anymore. I mean, one issue that I have is a bit that Chameau is so close to Cactus in the points. Because if I get Finalist and then Chameau wins every round, no, on a good map for him, he denies me all the time, then the others catch up with him and then I have them also as opponents. Like if Chameau was equal with me in points and he would win, then he would be immediately out of the way, you know, and I then I have way more rounds where I can beat the others and close out at least the podium. Such a bad lap and I'm still 5th. It's like the same position. Than in my much better laps. Third. I mean, okay, true. Moll is not here anymore, so -1 place. And 4th in the finish. Chameau winning? Oh god. That's not great. I mean, I have 410 points. That means if I have an average of 10 points each round, then I can get Finalist within 4 rounds. I am now 1 below that average. Okay, now I'm again in the average. Chameau 10 points, Cactusman 9 points. Two rounds with average of top 3. And then I would have one opportunity on this track. But on this track, I have no chance. As in the battle against Chameau, it is pretty good that this track comes now and is then out of the way, I would say. And what comes after this? After this map, there could be the other stadium map. The stadium map that actually is a normal stadium map. And I think on that track I actually have chances to win. It was very, very bad for me this map earlier in the first rotation. But now when I'm Finalist, no, it doesn't matter how good I score. It is then very easy to play such a map. It's very obvious that I go for the risky finish. And if I make the risky finish, there's a chance that I win. No? So on this map here I have to make sure that I get top 3 both rounds. I did mess that up in the last rotation. We are now exactly on those maps where I played pretty poorly in the first rotation. This is incredible. Yeah, that's it with the chance on this track. But directly down to 10th, like everyone survives this weird transition? What is this? And you cannot catch up anything, no? To be honest, now it's not even safe that I reach Finalist at the end of this track. That's so stupid, man. when I only have to survive, and this is also how I drive, but this part is so weird, I cannot survive it. It is so unintuitive, like, really. And blind. That's so stupid. Fourth. Naja. I need like top 5 place. It's unnecessarily difficult now. But I need still such a good position. Oh, also that was actually close. What the heck? Okay, but we made it. We made it in. I have 1 round alone as finalist. That is how much Jamo could catch up here. Also, maybe, like he needs to score a top 2 place to get finalist himself. I'm still not sure if I want him to get finalist. But yeah, is that now the stadium map coming up? Yeah, it is. Okay, one thing is, of course, Jamo was having that game crash on this map. And because of that, I have no idea what his pace is. Heath is just a bad loser, it is incredible. Of course he joins now just to deny me. It's incredible, no? Also at this point I would have won. That would be my second place now. Still second. But we will change the map now. On this map I was of course chanceless against Heath. What I wanted to say when we loaded in, or what I maybe even did say, is that Molle and Heath were the only two players that were really faster on this track. And since Molle was already through and Heath wasn't there, no, it looked pretty decent to close it out. Now Chameau's back. I mean, Chameau of course also was very unfortunate with his game crashes. 2 times on that map. That's also a shit way to lose rounds and points. But in this case, I mean, he at least would have been finalist now as well. But we have basically the exact same situation than after the Desert Car map. He has the same point score and I'm still finalist. It is basically between us absolutely not changed. But what has changed is that other players have caught up, of course, so my podium is in danger. I can live with not getting second. But potentially losing the podium now is just stupid. Should I have gone for that? Shit. That was such a short-term decision. Maybe I would have won. Yeah, wrong decision, I believe. I think I would have won this round. Oh, he drives a 0.3 now. Okay, Cactus Man is not through. Iron Pixel is just randomly driving a 0.3. Do you know how good this run is? I might have to go for the cut. Damn it. But maybe this iron guy is winning. Yeah, he is. Oh god, what is the next map? Do we come to the stadium map with like half stadium? Yeah, this is the next one. Also all the others are now also finalist. That last map with that magnet card was of course extremely tempting, you know, when you're finalist and it's only about winning, then it is an idea to go for that. The annoying thing is, in the first round there is a very good chance that I was fast enough to win this. I probably didn't need to go for it. But I was second and I didn't really know who's ahead and by how much, and yeah, at that point interface on would have been better. So on this map everything is possible. Huh? No. How did that not work? I didn't get the reactor up even though I was sideways. Heath is by the way also driving this map. Who knows, maybe he was even leading and then decided to not finish. I mean, this map is random. I can win on this, but I did win in the first rotation actually. Not sure if I touched there. That's only 10th. And I might have not touched. Okay, I made top 3. I mean, Chameau also was unlucky with his game crashes. We don't know how it would have been if he didn't have those. The question is, would Chameau have enough points to be finalist on the desert map if he didn't have a game crash on the first? What do you guys think is the best map? I mean, I would go for an AltCar map. But it's a hard decision. Alright. Also, at least I got a podium. I think I deserve that. Chameau second place is a fine. I mean, I was surprised that I was in a fight with him. I expected actually Molle and Chameau to be far away because Chameau had world record on so many tracks. So being in the fight with him was a surprise. I did not really expect that. My goal was to reach the podium, which I achieved. It was of course possible to get second, and if Eve doesn't join, I would be second. So that is a bit annoying, but yeah, who knows? Maybe if Chameau doesn't have game crash, he would have had the finalist points on the desert map and wins there. Then he would have finished before me anyway. But I got that third place at least, despite Heath trying to interrupt. I mean, in the last round, it was Heath in front of me when we went to the ending. Yeah, also he was about to deny me again when I was beating everyone else. It's just the typical Heath thing. He cannot live with me getting something, getting good positions or finishing ahead of him. Like, he cannot live with that. That's incredible. Naja. So.